Google was founded on September 7, 1998 by founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin. The first product and also the piece that made the name of this technology giant is the search engine Google Search. At the time of launch, there were only about 500,000 searches per day on Google. Now that number is 2 million times per second and is the most visited website in the world, ranked on Facebook and YouTube. Not just stopping at search engines, for nearly 20 years, Google has launched countless technology services that most of us have all used at least one of them at the moment. The interesting thing is that the majority of these products are implemented through Google's acquisition of other software or internet application companies. Up to now, the number of deals of this type that Google has made is more than 170 companies. The value of the 10 most expensive contracts totaled $24.5 million. By the end of 2015, Google had 6 products with over 1 billion users: Google Search, Chrome Browser, YouTube Video Sharing Network, Play Store Application Department, Online Maps, Google Maps, Gmail, and Android operating system for mobile devices. Yes, exactly everywhere there are Google teeth marks. In early 2016, Google surpassed Apple to become the company with the world's largest market value with $570 billion. Following the pattern of startup projects in Silicon Valley, Google was started in a small garage in Menlo Park, California. It is known that this is the garage of Susan Wojcicki, who later became Google's 16th employee and is currently the CEO of the YouTube Video Sharing Network. Later, Google had to change headquarters 3 times because the company grew too fast and too dangerous. Currently, Google has more than 50,000 employees in 70 offices covering 40 countries worldwide. Google's main office is located in Mountain View, California, USA, called Google Place, with an area of nearly 300,000 square meters and is continuing to expand. This place is fully equipped with everything to serve the staff to the core, from meals, medical care, to haircuts, laundry, and free kindergarten. Even Google replaced lawn mowers with 200 goats are rented on a weekly basis, solely for the entertainment of its employees. However, the truth is that if you apply to Google and Harvard together, believe me, there's a very good chance that only Harvard will accept you. If you don't believe it, you can ask Google. Do you know the search engine Google Search? The inseparable object of most internet users today is originally called background. This is the joint research work of Larry Page and Sergey Brin. At that time, they were both graduate students at Stanford University. This tool allows users to rank a website based on its importance, not based on the number of keyword occurrences that users search for. Page and Brin believe that the pages with the most incoming links come from other relevant pages will be the most suitable pages for the search. The two founders and their colleagues sat down to decide on a name for their search technology. At that time, Sean Anderson suggested using the name Googleplex to refer to the huge amount of data that this search engine processes. Then everyone agreed to shorten it to Google. In mathematics, Google is a positive index term 10 to the 100th power, and Googleplex means 10 to the Google power. If you don't understand, take out the pen and start with number 1. Next comes the numbers 0, until your fingers freeze or the pen runs out of ink. Then I think you are writing approximately the Googleplex number. The interesting thing is that when looking up domain names to register on the internet, Anderson mistakenly called Google again. Surprisingly, Larry Page really liked this name, and just a few hours later, Google.com was registered. Currently, in addition to Google.com, this company also owns many other domain name comes from misspelling the word Google, the most notable of which is from Google with more than 5 million visits per month. This means that even if you misspell the word Google, it will still automatically redirect to the official search page. Even the domain name 466,435.com was bought by Google. If you know why Google chose the number 466,435, please raise your hand in the comments section. If you don't know, of course, don't ask for the top 10 facts, ask Google. Google's first storage system was a 4 GB hard drive, that is, just enough to accommodate the current uncensored JAVF-HD exercise. However, at this time, this can be considered a supercomputer. And to increase storage capacity, the two founders joined 10 hard drives together in one-way price DIY with Lego toys. Today, Google data centers have been replaced by hundreds of thousands of servers scattered around the world. All of them are connected together by a fiber optic cable system with speeds 200,000 times higher than conventional standards. This is where search operations and video storage on YouTube are handled and distribute millions of emails to internet users. One interesting thing is that the videos of the top 10 facts are favored when Google saves them simultaneously in 2 copies on 2 different servers to prevent problems. Not many people have the opportunity to set foot inside Google's data centers because the company's top priority is protecting user data security, while keeping Google websites operating at the highest level of safety. In 2013, when Google went down for 5 minutes, the world's internet traffic decreased by 40%. Well, it's lucky we didn't launch 10 truths this year. As of 2016, Google has changed its logo 6 times. However, we can see that all these logos are not much different. If anything, it's just Google adding an exclamation point at the end of the logo in 1998, similar to Yahoo's logo. However, have you ever wondered why Google chose 4 colors: blue, red, yellow and green for your logo? If you pay attention, the 3 colors blue, red and yellow are considered the 3 basic colors of light. These are also the 3 colors used by most television stations in Vietnam used for the names of its channels. The secondary color green is explained by Google that this is an image that suggests Google will not follow a sequential model or any other rule. It is understood that Google will always change and innovate in its services. The logos that appear on Google's homepage these special days are called the Google Doodle. Google's first doodle was born on August 30, 1998 to celebrate the Burning Man festival. Since then, Doodle has become an indispensable part of Google with increasingly unique designs. The company also has an online museum to store all the doodles that have ever appeared. Dennis Hwang, a Korean graphic designer, is the person behind most of Google's icons. Dennis started working for Google in 2000, although the first doodles that appeared on Google were not designed by Dennis. But since 2000, he has been attached to this interesting job and releases about 50 doodles per year. Google's founders once sold their search system when they had no interest in developing it. And in fact, Google has tried to sell to Yahoo many times with value from several $1 million when first established until it was valued at $3 billion in 2002. However, Yahoo is not interested in this deal because before Google grew, no one thought internet searches would have such a big influence. Now Google's value has increased hundreds of times compared to more than 10 years ago. This is considered one of the most unfortunate deals in the history of the world's communications and internet technology industry. What's more worthwhile is the continuous decline in revenue over the past few years. Yahoo is expected to be merged with other technology giants. Well, one of the names that is trying to take a piece of this lucrative cake is Google. It is a fact that most Google services are free for users. Like Gmail, Google Maps or just browsing Chrome. Even this video of the top 10 facts on YouTube that you are watching is free. So where does Google's revenue come from? The only answer is advertising. Exactly 97% of Google's revenue comes from charging advertising fees on their products. The longer users stay with ads, the more Google earn a lot of money. However, contrary to the above, Google is one of the few services we want customers to use our tools as quickly as possible. Despite being the most popular search engine in the world today, but there are still places where Google cannot penetrate. The place we are talking about is China. Started providing its services in the country of more than 1 billion people since 2005. However, by 2006, all searches on the Google homepage were in China or all rehearsed for content by this country's government. In March 2009, China officially blocked Google's YouTube service. In December 2009, Google discovered cyber attacks originating from China targeting the Gmail email service. Faced with the Chinese government's oppressive policies for the purpose of developing domestic products, Google services are almost unusable. Google's market share quickly fell to rival Baidu. In January 2010, Google announced that it would no longer review search results. 2 months later, Google redirected searches to Hong Kong servers and officially withdrew from the Chinese market. The most searched keywords on Google often change according to yearly trends. However, if we do comprehensive statistics, there are always some topics with high search levels. And it doesn't change whether you're drinking coffee in New York or sitting on an iced tea on the sidewalk in Hanoi. This list includes Facebook, YouTube, Yahoo, Google and sex. Yes, sex, folks, is random and surprising, but it's exactly the truth. With sex-related searches on Google, there's an entire book called A Billion with Toast that ranks the 10 most common terms. They include youth, gay, myths, breasts, cheating wives, vaginas, penises, amateurs, mature, animation. The meaning of these lofty terms is left to you to find out for yourself.